I want to give you this introduction on OneNote class notebooks. This is the system that we're going to be using in my classes. So this is an Algebra 2 honors class notebook, and it just shows a few sections that I can collapse everything down and take a look at this and what these are. The welcome is a page that I'm just going to delete at some point. It's kind of a built-in one, and you probably won't see that. You as students do have access to the collaboration space. This is a space that you can edit and I can edit. It's set up right now for Chapter 1 homework questions. And given that, you can kind of go in, and there will be a separate video on how this is going to be used to organize questions that you may have on an assignment. There are other places and spaces here, but the general gist of this is that you can post here and I can post here. The postings can be typed, they can be handwritten, they can be video uploads, they can be anything we want to just throw on the page. The content library is a place that I can post, but you cannot. You can access it and see the content library. So think of this as the binder in the class. Right now, the content library just has course information. But what I'm doing in my teacher-only section, a section that you can't see, but I can edit, is I'm creating my templates for every chapter. This is my Chapter 1 template that I've created. And it includes the first day, the second day of class, the third day of class. There'll be another video that goes through the descriptions of what this actually means and what this looks like. But for right now, it's enough to know that the content library is where you're going to get your class information from, including what we do on that day. And I have this special teacher-only section that you can't see, but I can keep stuff in. I also keep my test keys in there, so that's kind of important for me. This also has a record of the last 2 years that I've taught this course. So I can go back and see what we did in period 5 in 2018 and how the notes might have gone that day and what questions the kids had on homework. So it's very nice for me to organize and kind of look back on my previous years as well. Finally, there's a binder for each student in my class, a binder, a notebook, whatever you want to call it, but it's a student section. I can see everybody, but you can only see yourself. Right now, there's nothing in your students section, but when we finally get everyone on, I'm going to start distributing sections for you to do things with. So that's in essence a OneNote class binder or class notebook. This program, OneNote for Windows 10, is the version of the program that is obtained from the Windows Store or Microsoft Store, and it's also the one that just basically comes built into most Windows PCs. It is not OneNote for what they call OneNote 2016. So if you go down here on the left, you'll see OneNote for Windows 10 and then another one. It's not the top one. It is the OneNote for Windows 10. That's an important distinction. This is also the same version that you get. I'm going to go back to my content library where I have all these links for what versions there are. But this is the same version that you get from the Mac OS store. So just go open the Mac OS store and you'll see it. iPad, iOS, it's the same one. If you have an Android device, it operates exactly the same. And the one that I didn't put that I'm going to kind of create a tab for is OneNote Online. And that's mostly for Chromebooks, and it's the version that opens up in the browser. This is just obtained at office.com, and it opens up in its own thing. Once you log in, you get an interface that's very similar to what you see in the app version, but the app version is just a lot faster. So those are the sections of OneNote. That's just kind of your intro to how this looks.